Welcome to Learning as I Grow 365, a storytelling adventure. Today I want to talk about procrastination. So, a friend and I were talking about what I call uh, the coping strategy of pulling into procrastination station. Sometimes when you're feeling overwhelmed and then there's just too much mental load, you find other things to do instead of maybe a project that you think you should be working on. And this is by no means a recommendation in terms of whether or not procrastination is a good or a bad thing. For me, it's usually a way to sort of mentally reset, um, to get the thing I'm avoiding done. And I remember a story when I was much younger in church, and the pastor was talking about getting out of the house late because his wife never knew which dress to wear. And so he turned to her and he was like, if you only had two dresses, we wouldn't have this problem because you'd be wearing one, and so you know which one is clean, and you put the other one on and wash one so that the next time you have this clean dress. And for me, part of procrastination never used to be an issue until I got to a certain point in my life where the act of procrastinating did not pose a threat to my quality of life. And so it got me thinking about how quite often we talk about being proactive and preemptive, and always strategizing for success. But for many of us, that marker of success is not clear in our minds. So we're always going. And then through that going, we increase the chances of burnout, of just always be working. And I can't quite say when, but something changed for me at some point. And what I'm calling procrastination, I'm recognizing is actually me giving myself permission to take a break, to not be going all the time. Because in my life, there's always another deliverable, there's always something that needs to be done. And so now I'm thinking about reframing my perspective of Procrastination Station, taking a more detailed look at how I'm structuring my life to intentionally make space for that mental reset that evidently I need in order to continue whatever productive streak I am aspiring for. And it brought me to that story of the two dresses, in terms of being at a place where you have options and you have the option to take care of your mental health is not something that a lot of people have. So many people are always in survival mode that the option to and I'm now putting in quotes, procrastinate is not a viable one, because the minute you hit that pause button, your quality of life or your ability to survive becomes even more precarious. And so, how can we, ensure that everybody has that room to hit pause when they need that mental reset, so it doesn't have to take a crash, a breakdown, a psychosis, an illness, for them to get that moment of resetting and recharging? And it's a question I don't quite have the answer to. I mean, every situation is different, but these are the provocations that are coming to my mind post joking about pulling into Procrastination Station. Yeah, so I'd be happy to hear your story in terms of how does procrastination, or what do you conceive rather to be procrastination in your mind's eye, and is it really just avoidant behavior for the sake of avoiding, or is it appearing at a time where you really just have that mental overload, need a reset, need a recharge? Or are you better than I am at intentionally recharging and slowing down, to give your body and your brain time to catch up, so that you don't have to subconsciously utilize other survival mechanisms to preserve your wellness and well-being? What's your story? What are your thoughts on procrastination? I'd love to hear. Share in the comments.